Hi there, I am Pramod Karnad, former Managing Director of Maharashtra State Cooperative Bank, Mumbai. I am also former Director of National Federation of State Cooperative Banks for 2 terms. Presently I am working as a banking consultant to many banks. I have almost 40 years of banking experience. And Mr. Suresh Mallya of Amgele channel asked me to give some tips to the young aspirants of our community for banking career and banking job. So I am here to tell you something about banking industry and banking career. My dear young friends, banking job is very secure. You will get satisfaction in banking industry if you happen to be a person from the finance. I mean, if you are MBA finance or if you are a graduate with economics, you will have a very brilliant career in banking. If you consider IT industry, you may not get that much of package, remuneration, salary in the banking industry. But still, banking is also a good paymaster industry. And mind well, banking is a very secured type of industry where you will get job satisfaction. Now, how to enter into the banking industry? If you are a graduate or undergraduate, then you can plan it. You can opt for a course which has a finance, accountancy, economics, and then after the graduation, you can perhaps do a small banking, advanced banking diploma and then get a job in banks. But maybe that would be at a lower level. But if you do MBA and certain post-graduation courses which are connected to finance, banking, accountancy, possibly you may be a probationary officer, you may be eligible for officer's post. Now we know there are plenty of banks, we have a central bank, that is Reserve Bank of India. So if you want to enter into Reserve Bank of India, you will have to see the notifications of Reserve Bank of India. You can visit the site of RBI. RBI job is the best job, So most lucrative job is RBI job. Well, the second position, if you consider, then you have PSU bank, public sector undertaking banks, as we have so many public sector banks. SBI is there, Bank of India and Bank of Baroda. So for that matter, you have again to look forward for the advertisements. There is IBPS, Indian Banking Personnel Selection. This is the institute which is conducting written exam for probationary officers for various banks in public sector. So you have to have a search for that. You must locate in the Economic Times and all other magazines that there is a recruitment drive by IBPS and all staff selection board by the respective banks. So, and for that matter, you have to prepare yourself. That competitive exam, you have to pass it on, you have to get yourself acquainted with the questionnaire and test of reasoning and all that. And then you have to face an interview board as well. So for SBI, there are 3-4 elimination rounds also, So those elimination rounds, because lakhs of boys and girls, they appear for the exam. So first elimination, second elimination, and then the final elimination. So you have to have that much of preparation for the written examination and then for the interviews also. Okay. So then there are cooperative banks also. I am happy to tell you that I am the administrator of Beat DCC Bank appointed by the state government. So we have a state cooperative bank, we have district central cooperative banks, and we have so many urban cooperative banks. Perhaps you may be knowing Saraswat Cooperative Bank, Shamra Vittal SVC Bank, North Canara Gaud Saraswat Bank. These are Saraswat community banks and so many other banks, So there also you get a very secure job. There also you have to see whether there are some advertisement and recruitment drive, and you can appear. These banks are also taking assistance of IBPS for the recruitment. There are recruitment agencies, and private sector bank. Private sector, getting a job in private sector bank is rather easy because they recruit directly. In a campus also they recruit for MBAs, finance and all that. Even marketing people they need for the sales of their products. So these private sector banks are directly recruiting from the campus itself. So be prepared for the campus interviews. They don't have written exam and all that. They will pick you up from the campus itself. So be prepared when you are passing your MBA. Then after the graduation or even after the post graduation, you can have some advanced diploma course in banking. There is plenty of advanced diploma courses in banking. So that will add to your knowledge, that will gain your confidence, that will add to your knowledge, banking knowledge. So you be prepared for campus interviews, etc. for the recruitment of say ICICI Bank, for the Axis Bank, for Yes Bank, for Bandhan Bank. So these new banks like IDFC Bank, Bandhan Bank, these are new banks. And there are, of course, another sector, small finance bank. There are so many small finance banks recently been permitted by RBI. So there is AU SFB, small finance bank means SFB, AU SFB, there is Suryoday SFB, there is Jana SFB, there is Ujjivan SFB. So there are so many Utkarsha SFB, so many SFBs are there. So they are also recruiting. So advertisements are again there. So SFB, there are small finance bank, it's a different category. There are again payment banks also, a new category like postal bank is AF. Payment category bank, or Airtel has got a license of payment. So then there are regional rural banks also confined to their jurisdiction is confined to the rural area. They are being sponsored by the public sector banks, but the regional rural bank, what we call it as RRBs, they also recruit from the different agencies. So right from the Reserve Bank of India to small finance bank to regional rural bank, there are many categories of banks, and you need to apply for those banks. You need to face for the direct recruitment of private sector bank. Private sector bank, yes, they will invite you for the sales position, for the marketing position. They require energetic boys and girls, but they will ask much. Their expectations are heavy. When you enter into the private sector bank, they will give you certain amount of salary, but they will have plenty of incentives. So maybe they will recruit you on 40,000 per month salary. But if you do good business, if you bring CASA deposits, if you bring new advances products, and if you cross-sell their products like insurance and mutual funds, yes, they will give you incentives. And the incentives, they are unlimited. Perhaps your incentives would be 60,000 and your salary will be 40,000. So you will get a 1 lakh of rupees per month if you have a good business and business skill. So there you require a sales type of personality or a marketing type of development inside you. How to sell the product. But everything is competitive, my dear friends. There are many banks. If you go in any area, you will see plenty of banks together, and there you have to sell yourself, you have to market yourself. Even in the public sector banks also now marketing and sales have been given up despite the operations position. So even if you are appointed in the operations, that is inside the branch, at the branch level, maybe as an officer and passing officer, etc. But again, you will be given target. Nowadays, every bank is given target to your young aspirants and young recruitees. So mind well that you need to have a marketing sale also. For that matter, you can do a small course in marketing also. So I think these are the tips for my young generation. Wish you all the best and make a banking career which is safe, comfortable.